Hi, welcome to Myers ASMR. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're well and on the right track. Well, we pick up with this one. Yippee! Just because something is true doesn't mean you need to think about it. Just because something is true doesn't mean you need to keep it active in your vibration. So, right now I'm going to take my supplements. This is green tea extract along with my chai tea by Twinings. Don't you love this mug? I get so many discounted things from Marshall's. Oh, that supplement was resveratrol. I get all of my supplements, well, most of them now, from Swanson. Nothing sponsored in this video. I wish it was. I wish it was. So bring it on, y'all. Bring on the sponsorships. All right, well, let's get started with what women want. I am curious to know, especially since this book is written by two men. And I probably will be adding my commentary because I can't help it. Okay, so we left off with how it doesn't work to ignore the great divide. Let's begin by recognizing that men and women are different, in some ways more than others. This is exactly what one anonymous respondent wrote in the blank space at the end of her form. In terms of basic needs, personalities, habits, etc., I think men and women are more alike than different. However, when it comes to dating, sex, and some marital expectations, men and women are more different than alike. The authors say, good point. Such a good point, in fact, that you'll see this book zero in on those very subjects that produce the most friction. We talk to women about dating. We talk to them about sex, and we examine the major roles in a married man's life: husband, father, and breadwinner. We probed for ways in which men could make little adjustments and get big results. After all, you can no sooner change your ways than the leopard can change his spots. But you're more apt to make a few changes if you understand why you're making them and if you're pretty sure it won't kill you. In our New Woman magazine poll, our first questions read, what is it that men just don't get about women? What is it that women just don't get about men? Several hundred women took the time to reply. Their gripes, and oh, can they gripe, pretty much come down to a few big concerns. Think of these as the daily sore spots. And let's be thankful that the battle of the sexes can be broken down, at least for starters, into these three approachable problems: talking, feelings, and romance and intimacy in relationships. 1, talking, or to use her favorite word for it, communication. You know, I never know if I'm holding this mic the right way. Should it be turned around this way? I don't know. This way just feels right. In essence, women talk and men don't. Or if you do, you interrupt her with some solution to the problem that she has placed before you. As we'll say again in chapter 14, don't do that. Let go of the burden of fixing it, because that's not why she's telling you all of this stuff anyway. She's telling you as a way to think out loud and to feel closer to you. Women talk to create intimacy. When you simply listen, she feels that you're taking her seriously. Here are some representative remarks on the subject from the women we surveyed. Women need to talk. It's that simple. When women talk, they aren't bitching. They just need to vent or discuss. Listen and let me vent. Our need to talk, it makes us feel connected. We think out loud and we just want you to listen. It's definitely true that some men don't talk enough. That used to be a good thing, the strong, silent type. It's also true that some women, and we all know who they are, talk too much. They will not shut up. So when we read so many women commenting, listen to my problems without being judgmental and without giving advice unless asked, we have to wonder, if you're enduring a steady stream, maybe she needs 5 little words of advice. Say less. Be heard more. Another problem or approach to the battle of the sexes is feelings. Women show emotions. Men hide emotions. At least that's the way they see it. Her emotions are more complicated, and she's more sensitive to the feelings of others. Whereas you're not as sensitive, especially when it comes to her feelings. You blurt and you hurt. You tease her about her feelings. You even tease her about expressing her feelings to her girlfriends. Again, some representative commentary. Women are more emotional. Men are more practical. Men don't get how emotional women are about things. Women don't get how men aren't. Women are emotionally connected to everything. A lot of men tend to not want to discuss emotions and feelings, and that's what most women thrive on. They expect us to just suck it up like they do. One anonymous respondent makes an excellent point. Men are notoriously quiet when something is bothering them until they finally blow up, run away, or look for an escape. So when she talks vaguely about good communication, maybe all she means is tell her what's really bugging you before you go postal on her. Of course, she'd much rather hear nice feelings. Feelings like, you sure missed her when she went away last weekend. You can't read her mind. Don't expect her to read yours. Men really are different in many respects. We shouldn't try to fit them into a mold that we have in our heads, said Lynn from Texas. And the third approach to the battle of the sexes is romance and intimacy and relationships. She wants to be litany of, wait a minute, am I skipping? Oh, yes. She wants to be wooed. She wants to be that special someone. She wants attention. She wants time together. She wants affection, both physical and verbal. She needs the emotional security that comes of your constant reassurances. She needs to feel close to you. And you seem to have a spiteful determination not to fulfill her need. Oh boy, don't even let somebody pick up on that you're just not gonna fulfill her needs out of spite. You better not expect to have a happy relationship with that person if that's how you feel. A sampling of the messages. We like sex too, but what we really like is romance. We just want to be adored. Worship us. We need a lot more attention than they think we need. We don't understand the way they express their love for us. Lack of cards, lack of gifts, lack of worry, etc. Listen to the radio. What women want is being broadcast daily. Now, this is an aside. This is coming from me personally. Yes, women do want affection and attention, and it may seem excessive. I mean, choose women who are already whole and happy and content, and it probably won't feel like so much emotional neediness. You see what I'm saying? If she already has a rich, full life, then it won't feel like she's pulling on you too much for time, attention, affection, and worship. So choose a healthy, whole person to begin with. And here are helpful hints from Cindy in Naperville, Illinois. Women need to be hugged or simply touched. In the video store or grocery store, give a little squeeze on the arm or throw your arm around her waist. You're right, Cindy, that's not so hard. If it is, then she's not really the right gal for us, is she? There's one catch, your suggestion that we not be embarrassed to talk in goofy voices in public. There we draw the line. Can't we compromise? We'll squeeze you in the video store if you promise to stop the baby talk. You don't have to worry about me on that one. I don't do goofy voices in public. Now, gentlemen, let us pause to ask you something. Have you noticed anything about this list? If you add item 1 together with items 2 and 3, you realize what happens, don't you? You get a guy's worst nightmare that moment when a woman wants you to talk about your feelings about the relationship. Many women will ask, but few will receive. Most guys simply cannot do that. We were not engineered to process the question. Depending on our particular wiring, we either shut down or blow up. If she suddenly asks this ultimate of female questions, it's probably because she's thinking of having coffee with that guy in the art department, and she's been checking your commitment level lately and you're 2 quarts low. But if she's consistently asking and you're consistently shutting down, try this. Give her pieces of what she wants. Tonight, make her feel special. Tomorrow, don't dismiss her feelings. This weekend, let her vent. Maybe then the ultimate question won't come up as often. Women, of course, had lots more to say about lots of other things. Here are some of the biggies. Women always worry. Women can't come every time. It's the little things that count. We get bitchy sometimes. Whoa, back up. Let's talk about that rhymes with witchy thing. Women want guys to know 2 things about PMS. First, PMS is hell. PMS is real, we heard. You just don't understand PMS, said Maria in Miami. PMS means go away, warned a lady in North Carolina. Second, don't blame every angry reaction on PMS. Every time I get mad, my boyfriend blames it on PMS, said Edith, a 23-year-old student in Maine. I do believe in PMS, but there are times when I get angry and it's not because of my hormones. Beyond what women wish we understood about them, our new woman survey also asks what women don't get about men. Advanced warning system. If PMS is a fact of life at your house, consider a PMS calendar. Not for her, for you. Sue, who is 32 and has been married for 8 years, told us that her husband watches her calendar and then marks a calendar that he keeps next to his tool bench in the basement. I mark my days with a little star. So that's what he does too, she said. It's always a week before, and so he's warned. He knows how to deal with me that week. He won't argue with me or pick a fight, and if I pick a fight, he'll step around me or stay away. To me, it's something very considerate. He is kinder to me and he understands my needs more at that time of the month. Here's the litany of their woes. Basically, they want to know why we have such big egos and why we're so selfish and where we get off having such an inflated sense of self-worth. Oh yeah? We'll address who's selfish in the next chapter. They want to know why we're so full of blarney, why we have to compete with everyone, everywhere, every day, why we're so controlling yet so helpless in the kitchen, why we can't tell them how we feel about anything, how it seems we really don't feel anything, and how they can acquire our nonchalance. They want to know why we have friends if we don't tell them anything, and why on earth can't we read their minds. They'd love to know when science will discover the gene sequence that causes men to scream at the TV during sporting events. If you'd get as excited about us as you do about sports, you'd have it made, advises a lady in Long Beach, California. If modern science ever solves that one, perhaps the answers to these enigmas are not far behind. 1. What is the deal with pro wrestling? And 2, do we really think that the Three Stooges are funny? There you go. Invaluable advice. You can wave it off as silly or sexist. You can ignore everything. But then what will happen? You'll be the guy sleeping on the sofa. And that completes today's story time. I hope you got a lot out of it. I sure did. I like how these guys write, how they think. It's a great book. I'm very eager to continue sharing it with you. If you like what I'm doing here, you can donate to my Cash App, like and subscribe. Catch me in the next video. And remember, just because something is true doesn't mean you have to keep thinking about it. May you find lasting happiness. Bye.